Welcome everybody to week number 12. We are at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, the historic layout. Many people's much preferred layout. It's going to be a fantastic IMPC over the weekend. But tonight, two lots of top split action. Strength of field racing. If you own a TCR and you own the circuit, I implore that you get yourselves signed up. Already plenty in the session. It is Jay. I still do not have my rig on at the moment, so you get me in this form for another week. But to be honest, I had a few people giving me feedback. They actually like these commentary strength of field races. So for next season, who knows? We might delve into it again. Just, you never know. Those who have iRacing and have TCRs, get yourself in the TCR Discord just there. New Audi RS is out next week, Generation 2. Hopefully comes with it a completely new gearbox that has it the most similar it is to the other cars than it can get. And hopefully means that my track guides can be a bit shorter as well, and with a bit less stress. But I hope everyone's good, everybody is well. We're currently in one of the European practice sessions, just waiting for the sessions to start in about 5 minutes. So with that, let's jump across to it. How is everybody? I hope everyone's good, everybody is well. We are live on both Twitch and YouTube under the same channel name, so get yourselves in there. Get thumbs ups on there, and let's get some track maps up, some battle boxes as well, and that's so we can see exactly who we're checking out at the moment. Right, let's go to this camera here, and currently on the track we've got Wobbly in the session, and the lights are on. What time are we on? Wait a minute, this is probably a bit late in the session, so hopefully this doesn't mean that. So it's currently 8 o'clock at night in Sim. Interesting. Very interesting. Have a quick look and see what we should be doing for weather today. So on the fixed and on the dry, according to the schedule that's in the TCR cord, there is no rain planned, but the same temperature. So we're looking at around 20 degrees Celsius air temperature. On IMSA Michelin Pilot session, the 2-hour race over the weekends, which has the GT4 and the TCR fighting it out, there is a 32% chance of rain on the weekend. Oh. Okay then. Alright. Let's have a quick look how many are signed up at the moment. Oh, I'm not officially signed up, so I'm going to have to do it the other way and have a quick look. Last time I looked it was just hitting double figures, but that was a little while ago, so now it is 24. So we are at this moment in time going at 2 splits of 12. Got 4 people who have added me as a friend on the iRacing service. We've got Sydney, Alexander, Paul and RDJ all in the practice session, or all signed up for the next race even. So if we could get a couple more people in, then that would be at least 15 per session, which means we can go all over the grid and see what's up. So I did say that this was going to be field. Let me just quickly post the TCR cord in there. Let's get that there. But commentary wise, we are going to be live on the Backfire Simsport TV channel tomorrow.
Say hello to a new subscriber.
There we go.
Yenny _1 just
Yenny,
subscribed for 3 months.
thank you so much, man. Hi, mate. You okay? You well? Thank you for 3 months, my friend. I hope you are good. I hope you are well. Concerning the Formula 1, by the way, I will be setting the stream up on the Saturday night. If I'm awake for it, I'm awake for it. If I'm not awake for it, then at least it'll be on for anyone who is awake and they want to watch the Formula 1. So, Billy, thank you for 85 streams in a row, which is dastardly work. Orbit, how are we doing today? I hope you're good as well. Right, there we go. So who else we've got in the session? Obviously we've got Wobbly at the top by 0.3 of a second. Next highest is on the circuit at the moment from Kinetic Racing, who they regularly stream their races on YouTube. So look for Kinetic Racing iRacing and you should hopefully find them all in there. Do you think the Saudi and Abu Dhabi race? To be honest, it's something I don't really want to talk about at the moment. Just because it is a very political subject. Until we know more info. Yeah, I've got my own thoughts of it. I have put it in Discord. I don't really want to talk about it on the stream if that's okay. Thank you. Thinking about getting Leaf Green so I can steal, trade your Pokemon. Hey, do it. I mean, Kingdom's on there as well, so I don't know which one Kingdom's got though. I think Kingdom's got green, and I know Nicely is playing as well, so... We also have Daniel in as well, who is also Kinetic Racing. They're both doing pretty well at the moment. Find themselves in 4th and 5th place in the practice. This is just a European practice, by the way. So there's bound to be quicker people as well in the North American servers. Eurolakinen as well as one who we are going to be having to watch a lot of. Getting some really good positive results in recently. RDJ also of Hydro Race. Of paint in that beautiful paint. They usually do their own streams as well. You can find them in my own Discord as well as the TCR Cord if you ever want to check them out. Lock, good to see you, man. Hope you're well, hope you're good. Yeah. Also released today is iRacing Arcade, which I'm actually really excited about playing at some point. I'm not even joking. I am actually really excited to play iRacing Arcade. It has a really nice single player mode on it that I might have to, if I get time, create some extra videos for. Right, let's get the weather off for a second. We have... Oh, any time now, everyone's going to be leaving the track, so have a quick look. Let's see. Okay, looks like the session's starting, so let's go into it. Also, in the background, Week 13 TCR Showdown. I implore that as many of you as possible scan that QR code, get yourselves ready for that day. The session has not been created because the new car's not out yet, so I've got to sort of wait for that first before we do anything else. Let me just withdraw from the practice and start spectating. Time? Right. I know. I know. So apparently there's no race sessions on at this time. Are you sure? Apparently there's no race sessions on right now. We will have to quickly refresh that. So TCR Fixed. Start spectating. There we go. So 13 cars in top split. There's a bottom split as well. 3.8k strength of field. That's a pretty impressive amount of people in there, to be honest. Impressive strength of field in there. Oh yeah, and a reminder to everybody, make sure that if you are on the Twitch side, you redeem for your breakout points. Okay, let's get this back to going empty. It's showing the name of a driver underneath, but we don't have anybody in front of us right now. But how's everybody else's start of the week been? Hopefully everyone's had a good one so far. Good reminder, got to go buff my car and its driver, right? Right, there we go. Have a quick look through everywhere to make sure I'm not missing anything out. And thank you to everybody who is already in the Twitch or the YouTube stream. We're nearly on 20 plus already. So thank you. Just waiting for the session to load in. So Saturday the 14th of March. I'm tempted to not actually drive it, but do it as a semi-professional broadcast just because I think that this is now a regular week 13 thing. Soundcough created is regularly looked forward to by people, which is awesome. Season finale, yeah. Last week before we have a new Audi in the session, cleaned everything and organised. Hell yeah. Got a lot of work done today in our garage and our office. Hellhole of food and you don't need all the time. This week, rubbish. We're renovating a church, making it a library. Have to break holes in the wall and put iron beams under the old windows, which is easier said than done without the window falling. Oh my god. Yeah, I can imagine that's a bit tricky. Why is it not letting me in the session? Guys, this is taking ages to load in. We might be in the middle of qualifying. Yeah, qualifying would have started. So qualifying for the TCR officials, 8 minutes. Give yourself 2 laps, which you can easily get done in time for Barcelona. Whereas the quickest time that we saw in the practice was of 1:52.66. Will that be beaten? So if someone wants to type that in chat, a 1:52, 1 minute 52.66. That is going to be the time to beat in qualifying. By the time we've loaded in, he might even have some first laps going. Yeah, the delivery of wood, no, not that kind. I wasn't going to say any other kind. Actual wood from trees, but we had to move all of it indoors by hand. Oh my goodness. See, I nearly said the Lord's name in vain there. That wouldn't have been good form, would it? Sonic, good to see you in the Twitch chat. How are we doing? Hope good, hope you're well. Just reminder to everybody, we are on YouTube as well for this stream, so can we jump over there and put a thumbs up on the stream, please? The more thumbs ups on there, the better. For the BU stuff, we're slowly getting more of those updated. There we go. So, Barcelona, Catalunya. Just wait for it to sort out. There we go. We can turn the music down a little bit lower then. Okay, so qualifying. Let's get to it. Nobody with a time yet that we can see. Qualifying has only just started, so it's everybody coming out for their main laps. Let's go to Stephen Hurd just there. Stephen, one of the quicker drivers in the split. Car number 1 is David Johansson. In the SRG, his teammate Stephen Hurd. Stephen Hurd even in the race as well. We've got Wobbly, Sergio Lopez. Then we have, as we've already seen, Jura Larkin as well. We're slowly loading through everybody's paints, which is why I'm going for everybody at the moment. Then Bjorn of Kinetic is with us as well. Sydney Hards going down front straight and about to start their first lap. Remember, at the bottom, if it is purple, it is the fastest sector out of everybody. If it is green, it is a personal best. Everybody should be getting a personal best on the first lap without fail. RDJ as well in here. If we get the drone cam out, we got, oh no, Mark isn't on the I need to say pitch, isn't on the track right now, so we'll go over to Daniel Pluckfun. Also, how many kinetic cars are there in this split? Wow, okay, fair enough. Then we got Alexander in here as well in the nice mean lean, quite a lot of white machine, bit of black on there as well. Then our good friend Paul Hurley smashing it into the corner with class. I do like the shininess of the yellow on that paint. And then, last but not least, Ansi Tamnien as well. I've probably butchered that completely. Now, what should I call my rival? Ooh, you got Leaf Green? Hell yeah. I got too many names on my mind. Wow. Have it as Lee. Right, so looking through, David Johansson with the fastest second sector out of everybody at the moment. Let's get the track map up for everybody so you can see exactly where they are on there. So we've got the last 2 corners of the historic layout, which gets rid of the final chicane. David going around the corner. He is going to probably be the first to set a time, going around the last one. If you go around, there's plenty of people already in the stands ready for this potential classic TCR race, and they were with a very quick 153.2. Wobbly White right behind with a 0.120. Eurolaken was third before getting dumped down to fifth with Sergio Lopez and with Daniel Pluckfun as well. Decent first lap, fantastic first lap from the top three at the moment. Really pushing the boundaries of the cars. Wobbly second place at the moment, keeping a watch underneath. We've got Alexander, who's just set 3 personal bests. They get themselves up to 10th, and David Johansson setting an even faster first sector. But I tell you what, Wobbly is not far behind. It's actually set an even quicker first sector. Commentated, I'm so confused. Must be the sickness. Yeah, I'm not in my rig at the moment. I have been so busy last couple of weeks. I have not touched a race at all in the last 3 weeks. So, not my rival, it is my goat. Fair enough. I just kind of started to pop at the car, passing the finish line. Wow. Escort that man off the premises. Thank you. There's a bit of a hop, skip, and a jump over that curb just there from Wobbly. Let's have a look what it looks like on the left front suspension of Sergio Lopez at the moment. Even though it should be left front suspension, that does not look like left front suspension, but it's a really nice view nonetheless. And Wobbly has just set a overall best in the second sector. Johansson's in trouble getting a yellow on their second sector, and we could have a new leader. But Stephen Hurd as well with 2 personal bests. Not too far off the pace of Wobbly, to be honest. Second sector was 3 tenths off, but they'll be looking at breaking into that top 3 as much as they can. So the rest of them going over the line now. Expect to see the rest of the times coming in thick and heavy. And Wobbly has just absolutely smashed that lap out. New leader, new pole position just there. 3 tenths ahead of David Johansson. Stephen Hurd getting up to 5th place. Meanwhile, we've still got a couple around the circuit. I'm just having a quick look where everybody is. That's Paul Hurley looking to go a little bit quicker. Had a quicker middle sector, but 2.5 seconds off the pace. However, anything can happen on this circuit, so definitely expect somebody else to... Everyone will have somebody else to battle with, and that's a great time from Alexander there. Alexander, car number 11, so is the highest placed driver with double figures in their car number. Wonder if I can get everyone's iRating out. I'm hoping this looks pretty decent. iRating. I can. Get that there. In fact, if I do that instead, that works even better. Then you can see everyone's iRating on there. So, as you can see, the 3K of Alexander just there. 6th place. Not bad at all. Quicker than the 4K Sydney has, the 3.1 of Pluckfun as well. We've got 4K Bjorn in 10th place as well, and RDJ in 9th. So that is a very close midfield just there. Ronnie, how we doing? Hope you're good, hope you're well. That's it. Get yourselves in the TCR quad if you're not already in it. We've got Demolition in 2K26 now. They announced it last night. Nice. I don't know if anyone is going to choose Demolition when it comes to our BU mode, but you never know. Right, so wait for the last person to finish up on the track, and then we'll be able to get our grid up. Unless we just do it by results of... Oh no, the results for qualifying aren't up either, so we're just going to quickly click on that. Just joined, love your content, appreciate lap guides. Thank you so much, Ronnie. There will be 12 new lap guides for next season. I'll be redoing all of them from scratch, especially with the new Charlotte layout on there. I'm tempted to still do a separate Audi lap for the first couple of weeks, and then eventually we'll merge it all together, because my guides are there supposed to be completely basic ones, so I'm hoping someone else will take the reins and get some more detailed and quicker ones in there. But for this strength of field race, we have Wobbly Kneecaps in first place with David Johansson sharing the front row. Eurolaken third, Sergio Lopez fourth, Stephen Hurd fifth, Alexander sixth. Then we've got Daniel Pluckfun seventh with Sidney Hards eighth, Mo de Jong ninth, and Bjorn Adabar in 10th. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing all your names. Tamien in 11th with Paul Hurley 12th, and in last place is Mark Berquez. Might not even make the grid because they didn't even get onto track to put in a time at all. We're waiting on 3 of the cars to grid. currently got the car on second place, revving his engine because he fucking loves it. Daniel Johansson, the flying Swede, car number 1, the highest ranked driver on today's race, and there's Wobbly there as well, so we'll get the camera over to Wobbly. We'll get something a little bit more suitable. The lights are ready to go. Everybody apart from Mark is on the grid. It's 4, 5, and the lights are out. The TCRs are going. Look at Alexander's launch in that white and black Audi. That is some launch, by the way. To the point he's actually got himself into the top 5, and Alexander is taking the very, very wide line. Johansson and Wobbly taking corner 1, squeezing as much as possible. I think Johansson's just going to edge it into the first corner, depending on how fast Wobbly can go on the outside. And there's been a skid from one of the Hydro-Res forces, but they managed to keep the car going and hop, skip and jump straight over the inside sausage curb. But Johansson gets the lead over Kneecaps at the moment. There is a slowdown for Euro, not surprising. He pretty much went to Mars after hopping that barrier. But it looks like we're going to be getting a fierce battle between Johansson and Wobbly, but we've still got plenty more fights going on behind. Sydney managing to get one of those positions back. In fact, he's gained 3 positions after a terrible qualifying session by his standards. Takes an extremely wide line through there, which allows Alexander his chance to get straight back through again. Still a little bit of fighting up ahead, but nothing as close as what could be potentially happening here. A difficult chicane bit here with decent amount of elevation. That is well off the track from Bjorn. Oh, that's not Bjorn, sorry, that is Daniel. And Daniel has a slowdown as well in the kinetic car behind, so he has to decide how he's going to take the slowdown. Is he going to slow down here, or will he just end up going a little bit slower through? Yeah, he's taking it here. He's letting all the rest of the cars go through. As we look at both the Hydro Race Forces cars, and it looks like they're going to be having their own little fighting session here, whilst everybody else is trying to tear chunks out of each other. But a terrible start from Larkin on turn 1 there. We will check out and see exactly what happened to put Euro Larkin off the track in the way that it happened. But Johansson leads the way from Wobbly Kneecaps. Oh yeah, sorry. A great start from Johansson. He'll want to try and put this tie to bed, but with the speed of Wobbly's qualifying laps, I don't think he's going to be getting rid of him any time soon. Third place at the moment, Sergio Lopez. 1 place gained from them as well. Behind them, they're going to have Stephen Hurd with Alexander after his fantastic... Oh, a little bit of a power slide just there from Alexander in the Audi. Taking a bit of a wide line. Speaking of wide lines, I think that might have been RDJ further back doing that as well. Got Sydney Hurd next up 2 positions in 6th with Euro Larkinen managing to get their crap together, and looking for a little bit of a gap there through Sydney, but doesn't quite make it work. Sydney though taking a very wide line here. That's going to give him the advantage and the speed going into the next corner. He's going to have the camber, but this does mean that with Euro has the outside, that this fight is going to continue. But looks like Euro gets the job done. Hard's behind. He's got to watch out because Euro's teammate in Hydro Racing Forces is right behind and ready to strike. That man is RDJ, up 1 position in 8th place. 9th just behind is Daniel Plutfun just there. A slowdown, really destroying his chances for a top 5 finish unless something else happens ahead, which, looking at the 3 battling, always possible. Always possible. Teammate Bjorn is just behind. Then a little bit further behind them, but still within slipstream in distance, we have Paul Hurley, followed very closely by Anisi Taminem as well. And I'm learning that Mark is apparently in the session somewhere, according to my SDK, but yep, not yet on the circuit. So we'll see what happens there with that one. Well, down the straight, 4 minutes into this 20-minute race, lap number 3, and we're just watching this battle going on at the moment. It is considered a battle for 4th according to the battle box in the bottom corner, but I can tell you it is it's more likely a battle for 5th. Got Alexander in the white and black at the moment, being chased by 2 sets of teammates, and from Type 1 Racing, Sydney Hertz. Hey Racewave, how we doing, man? Good to see you. welcome in. It's everyone gone a bit single file at the moment, whilst the sun in Barcelona is beaming down. Let's see if we can get a show of the weather at the moment. It's currently 7:30 at night. Oh, and I tell you what, that was Larkin taking a bit too much curb. But we want to go a little bit further back, where at the moment we have Daniel Pluckfun trying to figure out RDJ, and Pluckfun's taken quite a lot of that curb before. This time, not a slowdown for it. DM's good to see you. I'll tell you what, we could be seeing a opportunity for a pass just here. Let's see if we can get on board and see what... Oh, hang on, I think we've just missed another pass actually. It's further back. Ooh, England versus Finland right now, and England so far on top. See if we can see exactly what happened with that pass there. They're both, yes, both dry. The IMPC over the weekend is might have rain on it. With GT4s on the field as well, then that's going to be insane, absolutely insane. But number 13 taking quite a lot of track on the outside. Paul keeping it nice and calm under the throttle, regains their place back. But their battling is not done here, as down the main straight I'm watching a couple of people right now on the timing tower, but Paul turning a little bit early for corner 1, but it's enough to make 13 think twice about chucking the car down there. Now Paul going for a late apex here means though 13 turned quite early. You can see the amount of little bit of extra speed that Paul had going out of there, so that's giving him yet another advantage. Paul deciding to drive smarter lines through these corners, but this time not quite reaching the apex compared to Anasi right now, but he can't really do anything in this position. Paul's driving the correct... Oh, I'll tell you what, that's very wide from Paul, and he had to slow down and delay his throttle out of that corner to stop himself from going into the kitty litter. Now in this one, oh, we got another slowdown in front actually, and that is Bjorn. So one kinetic car gets the slowdown, one lap, and the other one decides, you know what, Unity, I'll get one too. That has released Daniel to try and carry on his battle with Daniel just there. Alexander apparently going off the track a little bit more in front, but is carrying a sizable gap to himself and Larkinham, which I'm actually pretty shocked at, to be honest. Ooh, a lot of outside curve just there. You see everybody taking that final yellow sausage curve on the final corner there, almost like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, the 50-50 grind, going straight along the floorboard. It's a good job that that curb isn't any higher, or else some of those cars will most certainly be getting beached. Going to turn 1, trying to look for Ura's instant right at the start, but that's sorry, that's not Ura, that's De Jong, sorry. De Jong fighting with Pluckton at the moment, 3 attempts behind. We've still got a close battle early, like closer behind, and Hurley and Ansi both fighting it out. Paul's going to have the quicker exit here, but it's a long right-hander, and I feel the 13 is going to complete this move here. If Paul can get on the throttle a little bit sooner. Oh, nearly so close, and the 13 goes across Paul on the exit. I don't think there was anything Paul could have done about that one there.
Actually, you turned across in front of my car, mate. There's nothing I could do.
Pretty much what I said. Yeah, I honestly don't think Paul could have been blamed for that whatsoever there. We will have another look at that, but on the exit, alright, you got to leave the space. You have to leave the space just there. We'll see if we can get that from this point of view here instead. So this is what Paul would have seen. So Nasi passing on the inside, Paul using the outside, and I still stand by Paul really couldn't have done much more. I know there's a bit more track on the outside, but the racing line when you're doing this course does not require you to go as wide as possible on there. So there we go. So next closest battle, we've still got Alexander now. Alexander losing a little bit of pace here. Apparently he went off track a little bit earlier. I'm keeping an eye on the time, but I just want to see what this off track was here. So apparently he went off the track here. Chaotic view, and that's fine. And yeah, just went on the accelerator quite soon, and that would have done absolutely nothing to slow him down there, but anyway, at the moment himself trying to using so much of the curb there on the exit. Nearly half a second up on Larkinen, and I think I found Larkinen's instant at the start, which I think would have been this one here. So let's have a look. This is from the start. I'm going to go to this camera here. Going to go to the far chase. Euro Larkinen in the middle, got spun. See exactly what happened here. So you're a bit of a late-ish turn from Sergio there. But, and that massive jump there, what is this, Colin McRae Rally 2? Not my fault, Hurley. We will have another look at that, actually. So you could look at this from someone a bit further behind. So there's Euro in the Racing Forces car in the light blue and white. One in the middle with the N on the back. And Sergio on the inside. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's Euro right next to him just there on the outside. That's what happened there. Right, this is the fight at the moment. A fight for a top 5 position. We have Verimovic versus Larkinen. I tell you what, Euro could go in for a dive just here. He's deciding to play the long game here. We're 12 minutes into a 20-minute race. Euro feels he's probably maybe not going to get any higher than 4th place. That's a great exit from Euro, by the way, to the point that number 11 is going to try and defend that inside. This means Euro's going to try and take the outside line, maybe late apex it. I tell you what, Euro's going to have the overlap by the end of this straight, possibly. He's keeping on to that inside. But Verimovic keeping nice and tight there. Takes a lot of curb on the exit. And that's another opening for Euro. Euro's got to think when he's going to pull the trigger on this move. Because you only have Sydney in the background there. Who, if these two eventually go too wide for a couple of corners, means Sydney joins the fun as well. And if Euro's not careful, it's going to be between Verimovic and a hard place. His surname's hard. It's in between both. Tough crowd. Anyway, closest battle on the track at the moment, still in the lead. Oh, hang on. I just thought Wobbly's in the lead. How did Wobbly get in the lead? We will look for that pass, because that is a pass for P1. And I'm having a quick look. That might have happened quite early, actually. I'm just having a quick look through. So Johansson passed, but I'm not seeing anything where it said Johansson got past. Oh no, found it just here. I'm just seeing how close this battle gets. It's getting close, but we will watch what happened here. Is it down the main straight? It's not. It happened on turn number 4. And that's Johansson, and Johansson over brace, and what a pass from Wobbly. Hell, wow. That was some great driving just there. I wonder if we can get another look at that. So we're going to see this in the middle of the pass on the inside. On board with Wobbly at the moment. The Dutch divider finds the gap, ups and unders, takes advantage of the mistake and finds himself in front. And at this moment in time is 1.7 seconds in front. Massive thank you, by the way, to Backfire Simsport TV for allowing me to use a lot of their assets for this race and for teaching me how to use SDK. If you're in the Twitch chat right now, just type in BSTV as a command and go and throw a subscribe over to their YouTube channel. If you're on YouTube, you can find that as well as many other leagues underneath in the video description below. Also, make sure you thumbs up the video, subscribe, join the TCR Core, especially with the new Audi. I forgot what the name of an Audi was for a second. New Audi next season. This is the fight to watch at the moment for that top 5. I tell you what, you're with a hell of an exit through there. Let's get the gyro out. I don't mean the tasty Greek dish or the banning order in Britain, or whatever a gyro is in UK. I don't know, I've never had one. I'm a good Christian boy. Not quite enough. I feel Euro is trying to get Alexander to drive in his mirrors. What Alexander will need to do, if I was in Alexander's position right now, is don't drive in your mirrors. Focus on making your car as big as possible. Hit all your braking points, hit all your lines, and have it so that you make the car behind you constantly second guess about where they're going to end up getting the overtake done. And as you see, Alexander going in quite early to that corner. Sydney now nearly within a second of these two fighting in front. And look at that, you can see in the car that Jure Laakkonen is hitting all the apexes. He's cutting across there, so he's driving on less roads technically. And look, he's still taking more of that curb. That's quite a lot on there. That might be a slowdown. Just misses out on the slowdown. That definitely would have been an off track though. And at the moment, seeing if Jure is going to get any runner here is not. See, the Audi in front, this version of the Audi before it goes to Gen 2 for next season, has a massive advantage over everybody else when it comes to straight line speed. So you better make sure, if you're against an Audi, you nail your exits from corners and just try and put the Audi in a horrible position where it has to take more curb, it has to turn more. You have to really force the Audi to drive in ways that makes it feel uncomfortable. That's it, go over straight over the top. Sparks everywhere. Also opens up the final corner, which means you can get on the accelerator a lot sooner, and this could be the moment we've all been waiting for. Look at how close Jure is at the moment, but that Audi pace at the moment on this fixed setup is really making the difference for Alexander at the moment. And Jure is so close to the behind of Alexander, but just will not make that move. Instead, I think with 17 and a half minutes gone, he needs to think about making that move sooner rather than later. A bit further behind, his teammate Ronald de Jong is under attack from Bjorn Adebach at the moment. If I'm mispronouncing your name, Bjorn, please let me know so I can pronounce it wrong a couple more times and eventually get it right. These two fighting really hard at the moment. The battle is still just here between these two, and look how close they are getting at the moment. If Jure doesn't make a move soon, he's not going to get many better chances than this. Jure just using every single inch of track he can find. Mr. Rugglerbach
just raided with 5 viewers.
Yeah, they did. Thank you for the raid on Twitch, Rugglerbach. How we doing? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. We get a shout out for Rugglerbach, please. Oh, perfect. Cupcake is already on it. There we go. Maneater. Oh, is that the... You know what? I think I was lurking. You playing that the other night. That's the Great White Shark RPG, isn't it? So here we go. Bjorn fighting. Currently half a second. It's getting a bit closer behind, though, with Bjorn and RDJ. Bjorn's going to be taking a bit of a late apex here. Try and get a bit more speed on the exit. Trying to get into RDJ's head. Both very similar pace. Both arguably probably shouldn't be this far back on the grid right now. Yes, it is. I love it. Hell yeah, man. Oh, we are finding that Alexander, but this seems to be happening every lap where Jure is getting closer and closer to Alexander, but just does not pull a trigger. This is the final lap of the race. By the way, at the moment we have Wobbly in the lead. Currently nearly 3 seconds ahead of David Johansson, with Sergio Lopez only just behind, and Alexander's gone off the track. Again, I wonder if that's the exit from the corner again. It most likely is. Watch Jay with a stomach virus. It's different in a good way, right? Right? So even though the Audi's going off track here, the worst it'll be is an off track. It won't be a slowdown or anything like that. But let's get back to the action in case there is some last minute action. And there is just here. Look how close. Eura's finally got that opening. Here it is. Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper. And Eura's going to take that outside. He's still got a nose in there. And Eura gets the move done. Well, no, not completely done yet. Now it's going to be up to Alexander. Alexander's got the quicker line here. We're going to carry on going too wide. And tell you who's going to be hoping that something happens here. Sydney right behind him. Sydney is waiting for something to happen between these two in this final lap. And Alexander takes that inside line. Eura's not going to be able to get it done unless Eura's going to get some overspeed. Look at the speed of Eura getting into the next corner, but he's going to have the outside line. If Sydney behind him gets a late apex here, which he does, these two are going to carry on fighting. If these end up going too wide through any of these final two corners, we can have a grandstands finish. This is the final corner of the race. Let's get to it. And it's going to be a drag race to the finish. And Alexander goes out wide, but it's not going to be enough. Alexander just holds off Eura and gets that 5th place with Sydney Hards just behind in 6th. And it looks like RDJ just got ahead of Bjorn. And you can see the radios on the right hand side as well for everyone speaking. But your winner today is Wobbly in that really nice looking Veloster just there. David Johansson in 2nd place for Team SRG, his teammate in 4th place, but in between them both is Sergio Lopez. Car goes from room, proceeds to go to the trash can after trying to eat something, only for it to, you know. But really good racing by all. There was that one instant which we're going to have a quick another look at right now before we go into the final results. So Paul Hurley on the outside, number 13 on the inside, and Paul really could not have gone anywhere else with that one in my opinion anyway. On the exit of that corner.
Just subscribed with Prime. 83
oh, yeah.
times that button has popped up. 83 times I've pressed it.
Hell yeah, man. But yes, I don't think Paul was in the wrong for that one at all. You don't need to use the entire exit of that track on the when you're coming out of it. So I feel like Ansi, in my opinion, just drifted out too wide, got into the front of Paul. Nothing Paul could have done there. Alright. Brilliant. Great stuff. And there's everyone going into the pits now as well. Cool. Right, our results from tonight, from the first race. We'll be doing another one after this. So Wobbly ends up getting the win for Impact Simsport, nearly 3 seconds ahead of David Johansson. Sergio Lopez getting the final place on that podium. Stephen Hurd afterwards 6.8 seconds from the winner. Then the close cluster of battles behind Alexander Veremovich in 5th place, just holding off Uralakin by less than a tenth. Oh no, just over a tenth of a second. Sydney Hards ready to feast on their remains had they gone off the... That's a bit too grisly, isn't it? Ready to feast on their remains had they gone into the wall any sooner in 7th place. Daniel Pluckfun, after his early slowdown, really derailed the rest of his race, but RDJ and Bjorn behind in 9th and 10th. Another great battle going along. Paul Hurley, after the earlier incident, getting through in 11th place, actually up a place from where they started. Then Ansi Taminen. Please correct me on these pronunciations. It's like I'm playing Football Manager all over again. After going back to the pits, went back onto the track and carried on driving the rest of it. Fair play. Mark didn't even grid, didn't even qualify, accepted their fate. Hopefully not tanking. Good race though. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Okay, let's get ourselves in for the next one. We'll jump into the officials practice. Meantime, get that date in your diary. Saturday the 14th of March, the TCR Showdown returns to go to the first base content track of the season, which is Charlotte Motor Speedway's new Roval configuration. It's rough in the GT4, I'll admit that, but with TCRs where you got a little bit more control over your speed, I feel it is a much more positive experience, in my opinion. Gave a like to the Money in the Bank VOD. Hell yeah, thank you, man. Can't wait for 2K26, but begs the question, how can you play it Thursday? Because I'll be in New Zealand on Thursday. I'm flying to New Zealand, so I will, I have a hookup over there to give me a, let me borrow their Xbox. I've taken a picture of my room to use as the background. I've got a green screen all set up. Yeah. Thank you once again, Rugglerbot, for throwing over the raid there. Appreciate the help. You Magnet, thank you for the 83 months of subbage. 83 months Magnet has been using that Twitch Prime on me for. I wonder how they haven't got sick of me after 83 months. But to the 40 who are watching on both Twitch and YouTube right now, I implore that you quickly go over to YouTube, subscribe to that channel. We're hoping to get a video of the Audi, a video of the upcoming season with some leagues that you lot can follow or get involved in. On the Thursday next week is the Pit Stop Cup, which is a multi-class week 13 race with TCR and V8 supercars. You heard that right, that's Backfire Simsport TV. So get onto that and you can watch that or you can enter it. It happens every week 13, and I tell you what, it is absolute chaos. Especially as this last week's at Cadwell Park. Don't think they thought about that one with the scheduling, but who am I to tell them what to do on that one? I think next time they do Pit Stop Cup, Adelaide will definitely be on there. One of the most violent tracks I think I've ever seen in my life. Saturday, as you can see, is the TCR Showdown. I'm just waiting for the next practice session to load up. As soon as I say that, it loads up and it goes in. Ready for our next Barcelona race. It's already got enough in there to go official. If you are a TCR right now and you have Barcelona, get into the session now. See if you can make it into the top split and get this unprofessional TCR broadcast, which a lot of you are saying you're actually liking watching on a Tuesday. Thank you. Dude, all I'm guessing are Ratatas on Cursed. It's like me and the Zubats yesterday, right? But yes, if there's anybody here right now in the chat with TCRs and iRacing, and you're in the Americas time zones, or you're in Asia, or in Oceania, any of that sort of place, get in the TCR call, because I'm trying to get together with a few of you to decide on some times where these are our European strength of field races. I feel North America should have one, South America should have one, Asia should have one, and the Australian, Oceania, New Zealand area should have one as well. I mean, maybe even the Asian and Oceania one could be both at the same time, if that's easier. But yes, let's quickly click through a couple of things. And let's jump to a driver. Let's jump to... Quickly put that grid back to there. Let's go over... our friend Rene is on the track right now. Should really turn those logos off, but... here we are. So, Rene on the track at the moment. Quickest on the track as well. Right. Probably was Danhausen. Somewhere. Danhausen. Can't wait for the opening lap. I left the banana peel on the track. So it was you. So it was a 3.9 strength of field on the last race. So this one can hopefully give us something similar. I'm just having a quick look to see how many people have signed up so far. I have to click through so many different boxes. By the way, all as well. Ah, Jason's in here as well. Fantastic. iRacing Arcade is now out on PC. Right, there's currently 14 signed up with over 15 minutes to go, which means this is very likely going to split.
Stephen, are you just out of the pit lane or are you on a run?
Okay, let me just say evening to everybody.
That's another new follower.
Hell yeah. Let you know next race broadcasted.
Cool beans, bro.
Brochigu? Brochigu? Is that how it's pronounced? If it's not, let me know so I can continually get it wrong until I eventually get it right. Yo, come in with the prime as well. Thank you.
Broshigu just subscribed.
Broshigu. I've probably still got it wrong, haven't I? Thank you. One of the surnames is Rutamat. Where? I missed that. Oh, I thought you meant in this session. You know what? From now on, call me when you go live. Lurking at work. Okay, Corey. Saw some fast Argentinian blokes on practice servers a couple of times right before the SOF races. Never saw them in the race. Was that Sarilagi, Viales, probably Fabi, maybe Savio as well. No Argentinians in this practice split at the moment, but saying that, this isn't the North or South American one, so... Oh, one of the surnames was Ruterman. Oh, that would have been Ayrton. Right, I know what you mean by Ruterman now. Sorry. Sorry, Alexander. Yes, Ayrton. I know Ayrton. Me and Ayrton have raced against each other so many times. So many times. Right, Bjorn's setting a really good time. Now, this is the open setup races, as we see a car doing some beautiful donuts in the background. Is that what this replay is just here? It's just happened now? It is. We get to see what happened with this one. So they take that and they just drive off the circuit. Fair enough. That pronunciation is perfect. Yes. Get in. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for using your Prime sub here as well. If anybody here has Amazon Prime, link it to your Twitch account. You get 1 free subscription to a channel. You don't have to use it for me, but make sure that you use it. Use it. You get it for free. That's right, use Prime. Hey Mikey, look forward to the update. I really hope they don't mess the bop up too much, as it's really good right now. Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens, Mikey. Very curious. I hope it is as even as it already is. But as so much is happening with the TCR, like we're getting improved tyres, differences in the braking, differences in the physics, of course the new Audi coming in as well. I feel there will be a patch somewhere to try and balance things out slightly. We'll see. We will see. Markin, good to see you as well. You see Mick Schumacher's first IndyCar race? Or did you blink? Nothing Schumacher could have done about that one. Apart from maybe qualified better, so he wasn't that far back. Yeah, I think it is Ferrucci with the move on Stingray Bob, which is still the best racing name I've ever heard in my life.
Sonic Wolves just
Sonic.
subscribed with Prime. 48 months as a sub.
Yep.
That's 48 months watching you break discs while showing your bum. Indy 500 heartbreak. And most importantly, more cowbell.
When have I ever showed that? That's borderline slanderous. And I've only ever broken one disc. I've only ever broken one disc on stream. Only ever one. Markin, how are we doing today? I hope you're good. Hope you're well. Crash was not Mick's fault. Wrong place, wrong time. Yeah. As soon as I saw the crash, I literally said, "Don't be Mick. Don't be Mick. Don't be Mick." And yeah. Yeah, and almost the one in your neck. We don't talk about that. But yeah, Schumacher... Mick is just one of the most... Since winning Formula 2, just one of the most unluckiest drivers. Though, they were apparently one of the better drivers at Alpine during WEC. Which I hope, with the news of one of their races getting cancelled, they move it to Silverstone. Because I will definitely go to that. I would 100% go to that. Unless I'm at a gig. I might be at a gig. I'm at a gig in 2 months' time, I think it is. Show it blossom. Paul, I was totally on your side with that one. There wasn't anything you could have done about that one. On the exit of that corner, you don't have to take all the exit. You don't have to take all the road up there. And David Johansson going straight in, by the way, with a 152.97. Rene Earhart is still in the lead on this practice. We have 11 minutes left until the next session opens. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, get yourself over to the YouTube channel, put a thumbs up on the video. The more thumbs ups, the more people it gets broadcasted to, the more people likely to see iRacing and iRacing TCR, which means more interest in the series. And if anyone from iRacing is watching me right now, hook your boy up with early access Audi TCR, because yeah, my opinion will help sell the Audi for you. Right, it's a fair few on the circuit at the moment. Those on Twitch side, there'll be a little poker catch thing. That's a nice little mini game that I've got in the Twitch chat at the moment. It's twitch.tv/JayCaulls. Just a reminder to everybody right now to get yourselves in the TCR cord, which I'm going to quickly put into this as well. Let's just see if anyone else. Check it out there. Mixed celebrating P8 at Silverstone with champagne in the paddock was just a little bit excessive, but there's not really much else to say negative about him. But was that the race where him and Verstappen were fighting? And it was like really tough fighting as well. I think if Mick was in the Haas now, and I know a lot of you will disagree with me on this one, but he'd be on par with Behrman. Honestly, I honestly believe that. You can call me whatever horrible names you want, but I know I'm right. Your opinion will only help if you like it. True, but yeah, iRacing. iRacing, give it to me. Give me TCR, please. Love you. Do want to play iRacing Arcade soon though. Really want to play that soon. I think he'd be doing okay if you gave him the time. It's a shame. Yeah. Oh, can't park there, mate. Right then. See how many have signed up so far. Who in the chat right now is signed up to this next race? Right, it's definitely splitting, that's for sure. At the moment, it will be 13 per split, but we've still got 7-8 minutes left, so... Confusing me with Nibbler. Wrong, Jay, typical hurling move. Wow. I get what you mean now. Maybe you can raise his stock in IndyCar. I think so. I may go to Mid-Ohio again this year. To be honest, I don't know yet. think you should. Mid-Ohio is a great track. Mid-Ohio is just getting updated here, isn't it? On iRacing next season. They're putting more of the spiders and stuff on there. Those who don't... Oh no, that's Barber. Sorry. Barber they're updating. And people who've just heard me say about spiders and Barber, and you've never seen Barber Motorsport Park, honestly, if I told you that there's a racetrack in the world that a mannequin has fallen off the bridge and landed in the middle of a track during an IndyCar race, would you believe me? If you didn't know, would you believe me? Honestly, type Barber IndyCar mannequin. One of the strangest things I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck? Yeah, no, seriously. A mannequin fell on the track. Don't know if the car hit it or not, but... Alright, so... Johansson, quickest lap so far, a 1 minute 52.5. Got Carl Hardy in the session as well. You'll see the likes of Carl, Yora and Co. Backfire Simsport TV every Wednesday. Final races of the season tomorrow. Teams Championship is all to play for. Pretty sure the AMS Championship is as well. There's people in all three classes involved in the Teams Championship in some capacity. So expect to see a really tough race come up. Could be about 30 cars on the grid at Barcelona, which in TCR sounds perfect. Mike, good to see you. Is that the clip? Yeah, I think that's the clip that Mike's put in. I can't play out on stream or else it will block my stream, but... Thank you, Mike. How you doing, Mike? Right, 5 minutes left. If you have a TCR and you have Barcelona, get yourself in it. There's currently enough to have 15 per split, but we would love to see you in there. JC Academy driver Jaden Scotton is going to be in the race as well. Is he in this session? No, might be in the other one. Everyone else still practicing at the moment. Good, thanks, mate. You? Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, to be honest. Not too bad. Just getting ourselves ready for the next race. Can I get some laps up at the bottom? Will it give me laps? No, because it's not qualifying. Okay. Stephen leaving the pits at the moment. GG's on the catches, those who are doing the poker catch in the bottom corner. I've gone through 500 Ultra Balls in 3 months. Hell yeah, man. I bet you could just buy them all straight away as well, right? So in the Honda Civic, you want to try and aim for a late apex. And as we saw from the last race, you don't need to take all the exit there, but Stephen does. The problem with taking all of that exit is you have to somehow get all the way back to the right hand side, the next corner, and you're giving yourself a lot less time to do so. So why not just not take all the exit, go to about the middle left, then it gives you a lot more time to get over to the right, settle the car, then brake and not run the risk of making the car uneasy going into the corner. We've still got the Kinetic lads out on track as well. And Daniel's just set a personal best in Sector 2. Or was that last lap? That might have been last lap actually. Sorry, no, it was last lap. Set a personal best there. There's not too many still on the track at the moment. She and Daniel are about to set that Sector 2. Just having a quick look at the timing board there. Was a 4, slightly slower than what his last time was, and Alexander seems to be in a different room. There's more than one room open at the moment. Oh, there's another load of people in this room as well. Right, we're in room number 2. Oh, we're in room number 2. Right, let's go to room number 1. Oh, and that's what room we're in at the moment. Never mind. There we go. We're in the other room at the moment, so we can watch a few of the other cars. We've got Jaden in here at the moment, in the lovely JC Academy car. And Jaden's about to go over the line. Jaden's actually third fastest out of everybody at the moment. We've got a lot of people in this session here, so Tiny Walker as well. Oh, and Sam's in here as well in the Geodesic. Probably getting ready for Wednesday night's racing. But we have 2 minutes left to get yourself signed up. Or 1 minute left. There's 34 cars in right now. With 2 minutes left. We could have a full-on 20 car grid. Paul, how are we doing, my friend? I hope you're good. I hope you're well. You jumping into some TCR tonight? There we go. Blees and Franken sends it in. Without any F's to give. Not good enough. Not good enough. You see yourself doing some TCR next season? And this is splitting, by the way, so it's no longer, it's not just the one split. It's going to be 2 splits of 17 at the moment. Just do a quick refresh as the session is about to go live. Yeah, we've got 20 seconds left. Any extras that come in just make top split even bigger. Right, there we go. It's a shame they don't split at 40 cars. It's too many. So, TCR series used to be 30, but what was happening was, because iRacing wasn't updating the TCRs, you'd then have a race of like 26, 27 cars, and you'd be having the 7, 8k drivers racing with the drivers who were less than 500k. And what would happen is there were times where the top guys would get taken out by the lower guys getting lapped defending. And I've seen people in the forums saying, well, that's the fault of the faster cars. They should be trying to pass nicely. But imagine they're passing on the inside and the car who's let them through turns back in too early because they don't know any better. With that, less people, especially the stronger people, started driving the TCRs. The series wilted down a little bit, and eventually we were like, right, we need to lower the amounts. We lowered it to 20, and then they perked up a little bit in places, and they just sort of stayed level for ages. Next season, expect to see plenty more splits. Plenty more splits. Right, let's jump out and let's get ourselves. The only problem with 40 cars as well, it literally turns into a demolition derby because there's just such a massive array of skills. I mean, it works for leagues because with leagues you know everybody, so you don't want to take anybody out. You have a sense of that you want to drive a bit safer in there. You don't quite get that with the officials, admittedly. As much as we want it to, you just don't get that with the officials. Right, I'm pretty sure I just saw it was a 4.5k split for top split. I mean, I would like bigger grids, but if you can't fill those grids, the gap between the top and the bottom in the division is just going to be far too large. Far too big. Gindam, thank you for doing your breakout points. I don't know if Sonic more than likely got a shout out just there, but Sonic, thank you again for 48 months to 4 years putting up with me and giving me money. Okay. Right. Hope we get a resurgence next season so we can have bigger grids again. I'll be honest. I quite like the fact that they're capped at 20 because if we get lots like 3-4 splits, that means we're always going to have like 15 to 20 cars in there, which is pretty much just as many as what most official, like the real life TCR classes have. Sometimes you'll get bigger TCR fields when the World Tour is like in Mexico, for instance. They merge in the TCR Mexico with the TCR World Tour as well. But 20 cars, I mean, do we all remember the days of Gran Turismo 1 where you only had six cars on a field at once? Me and Pepperidge Farm remembers. What a game that was, by the way. I mean, how many are in British Touring Car at the moment on the grid? I know we've got the new Plato, which they just announced a second driver today, actually. I didn't quite see who it was, though. But that was a hardware limitation. Hardware limitation for... what, for the 30-car grids? Soccer 2 had full grids on track. Yeah, and I think that was 20 cars as well, right? About 24. Oh, for Gran Turismo. Yeah, so I got you meant Gran Turismo in the end. It took me a while, but I got there eventually. Right, so Barcelona. No rain on the fixed or open this week. There is a 30%, about a 30 to 35% chance of rain on the IMPC over the weekend. So you can just imagine the potential carnage that could be happening over the weekend with GT4s driving through you as well as the rain driving off you. Right, let's get to qualify. Oh my god. We've got Muesca, McFarlane and Polisek as well, and Johansson and Blees and Hurd and Earhart, Bruno Reales as well. Oh my god, that top 8 is insane. That is a crazy top 8. Could I get everyone's I rating up? Where is it? Yes, I can. 8.2k, 7.9, 7.7, 6.5, 6.1, 6.1, 5.8, 4.9. The lowest car on the grid is a 3.1. There's going to be 3 battles here. The first one's going to be between the top 4. Then Blees, Hurd, Earhart, Viales are going to have their battle. Then the rest of the time it's going to be Larkinen down to the bottom. Hell yeah. Man, that's going to be crazy. That is going to be absolutely nuts. Let's get the qualifying laps out. Nobody has started their official lap yet. Let's get the track map out for everyone so you can see exactly where everybody is. 8-minute session, 2 laps is all you need to get. And looks like we've already got a little bit further up Michael just there. One of the drivers for ATC. If you're in the chat right now and you're looking for a league which operates around the Americas time, then Alpha Touring Championship, Alpha Touring Challenge is somewhere where you could potentially see yourself. A big North American league, but obviously South Americans are welcome in there as well, and some extremely quick drivers, helpful community as well. But let's get onto the inside. And Michael has the quickest first sector, but Ross has the quickest second if you look underneath. Coming up to the final sector of the track now, about to get through the historic layout. Lots of patience into these corners. You might be really tempted to just give it full beans around there, but you have to take so much of that curb, right across that one so it ruins your underfloor. Turn in, and when you think it's right, throttle down, and that's a great exit out there. Is it going to be Michael? Is it going to be Ross? And I think it's going to be Ross. It is Ross by 0.097, but you can't stop there because we've still got one lap to go as Scotland goes up into third. And look at that gap between the fastest two and everybody else right now. Bruno Reales at the moment, third place, 0.78 away from first position. René Earhart just behind, and Michael's not going for a second lap. I wonder if they just got a... unless that was the second lap? No, that wouldn't have been the second lap. I reckon they got an off track. Perhaps. Meanwhile, Ross McFarlane, which if you're on TCR and you get your setups from P1 Docs, this is the man who probably does your setups for you. And what better way to showcase the setups than go even quicker? And I'll tell you what, they've gone even quicker in the first sector. Let's see where they end up going next. Ratatan, man. We will put a Twitch poll up for those. It won't be any anything on the line when it comes to your currency. Who finishes higher? Is it going to be on camera now? Ross McFarlane? Is it going to be Michael Polasek? Or, as a wildcard option, we're going to... Oh, where's David gone? See, David's all the way back, but I'm pretty sure he'll be putting a lap in at some point. Ross gets exactly... Oh no, gets even quicker. And Johansson has gone up into 4th place. Jaden Scotland up to 4th. I'm going to put... We're going to have this as a straight 1v1 battle between Ross and Michael. You lot have... You lot have 1 minute from now to vote in the poll on the top of the Twitch chat right now. Who do you think is going to finish higher? Is it going to be your pole man, Ross McFarlane, or is it going to be Mr. Polasek, who's going to be pulling out the stops and getting the win here? Vote on the top of the Twitch chat right now. Let me just turn off that one just there. There we go. Get your votes in. Right, let's get the grid up for the following race. We've got to wait for it all to come up because there's still someone in the session apparently. There we go. As soon as I say that, Ross McFarlane gets pole position with Michael Polasek sharing that front row in second. Carlos Maresca Sr. in 3rd with Bruno Reales in 4th. Jaden Scott occupying that 3rd row with René Earhart. Dale Johansson 7th place, will be looking at gaining a few positions and scalps along the way. Kyle Hardy just behind in 8th. Stephen Hurd in 9th with Alexander 10th. Great qualifying from Alexander there. Sam Blees 11th and Daniel Pluckfern in 12th. I can't count. I swear I'm better at this than on. Then Jura Larkinen in 13th place with Bjorn Adebar in 14th. Sydney Hards 15th. Jamie Wilson 16th and Ronald de Jong in 17th. Okay, let's get to this camera this time. Got 3 left to grid. I've got all the info I think I need just there. Will be a sweaty race. It absolutely will be. And looks like the chat thinks that Mr. Polasek is going to finish higher out of himself and Ross. Polasek on camera now in the black and green. Not on the grid yet. Oh no, that's everybody on the grid now, so get yourselves ready. What software are you using for the broadcast? SDK. There's a banana peel on the track apparently, but are we ready? Are we steady? And we go. Oh, that might have been a jump there from 3rd or 4th, both on the same team. Nope, no black flag here, just a bit quicker off the line. And Polasek straight away on the inside. I think there's been a crash already. No, there hasn't. But Polasek's going to hold that inside. There's a lot of people holding that inside. And Jaden's been tapped on the back, but manages to keep the car going. Takes that outside line. And the leaders both collided to each other there. and that has given Polasek a massive meaty slowdown there. Right behind him is Carlos Muesca, got Jaden Scotland on the inside as well, and how is Polasek going to serve this slowdown? The car in black and green is going to take it here and sort of take that inside line. Meanwhile, all behind you cannot put 5 into 1. Everyone having to back out there and choose whereabouts they wanted to be. But so far, so good. I've not seen too many incidents just there. As we get on, this is where we could potentially see someone get pit maneuver, but not. Jaden Scotland in third position at the moment. It's Jaden Scotland versus the nation of Argentina. And Jaden with a ballsy move on Michael Polasek on the inside just then. Jaden's got to be careful with the outside there. It's himself versus car number 8. That would be Bruno Reales, and Jaden's off the track. We'll have to see what happens in a second for that one. But we're still on with Ross McFarlane at the moment. It looks like Bjorn has gone off as well. It's been some big incidents behind. Ooh, a dive on the inside just there from Polasek. But nothing happens at the moment. It is Carlos Muesca Sr. in the lead with Michael Polasek in second. It's Bruno Reales in third with Ross McFarlane in fourth, down 3 positions. Up 2 though is David Johansson with Stephen Hurd in 6th place, up 3. Just behind him, Rene Earhart, Carl Hardy in 8th. 9th place is Alexander. And then 10th place, Daniel Pluckfun at the moment. There's so many people going off the track. Kitty litter and strands of it in the air. Jamie Wilson in the Team Chimera. White and green Audi looking for the perfect opportunity to get a move done here. Alexander behind, also looking for exactly the same with Sam Blees. And there's a lot of tight battles going on at the moment. It's struggling to see exactly where to look because we've also got a lot of fighting in front as well for third place. But Muesca is not quite far.
Pushing me off the road,
and, that's number 2 just there on the radio. Asking nicely. At least he said please on there. And there's so much bustling about at the moment. With more positions getting won and lost behind. It's both Team Hydro Race forces. But look just in front here. This is where the big fight is going on at the moment. Can we get ourselves onto a bit of a higher camera? Oh, and Blees nearly going into the outside of Jamie Wilson. Blees and Jamie Wilson both racing in BSTV on Wednesdays. Look at that. We've got a lot going on behind, but look at all this. And we already saw a battle with Ural Aknen and Alexander in the last race tonight. Some nice exits just there. And Alexander in the Audi is going to have the advantage just here. Ooh, a bit of a squeeze just there. The Hydro Race kind of has to give him a bit more space than that. Does eventually. And they carry on their fight in front. This is the closest battle on the track at the moment at Circuit de Catalunya. The historic layout where the TCR officials and IMPC is this week, as well as various leagues that copy the officials as well. Getting ourselves ready for lap number 3, and look how many are taking the sand on the exit. That's gonna really hurt Sydney's chances of keeping Jaden away. Jaden has so much speed on him here. Can he get the overtake complete by the time they get to that first corner? There's still loads more passes going on ahead, but Jaden later on the brakes, but makes the move count, and he goes up and starts his recovery. Down 10 places from where they started. Up further up the grid at the moment, this fight for third place at the moment between Ross and Bruno. Scotland versus Argentina. But behind them you got Daniel Johansson, the Swede, in right up behind, and we've got his teammate as well, Stephen Hurd, fighting Rene Earhart. And this could go too wide into one of the more dangerous corners to go too wide. Rene takes a bit more of a shallow line through there. That's going to allow Stephen a chance, if he wanted to get a nose in, to put a nose in. Instead he waits his time. There's a bit of a longer straight coming up, and if he can get a better line out of there than Rene, then perhaps this is where he will try and strike. Rene is 1.5, 1.6 seconds ahead of Dale Johansson, so does not get that sweet, a bit quite low amount of slipstream to help him defend. Further back, Jamie Wilson chasing down the back of Pluckfun. About to come up to the penultimate corner. I'm keeping a watch on all the times as much as we can here. There's still a lot of fighting going on a bit further behind. Jamie Wilson decided not to use that final little bit of curb just then. In the Audi is so much better when it comes to the straight lines. At the moment, 0.43 behind Pluckfun. You're going to see that time slowly get lower and lower. But I was expecting a bit more than that. Jamie just... Maybe it's because Jamie doesn't take that corner as wide as what Pluckfun is in front. Come on, Wilson. Fuck's sake, Wilson. Wilson gonna keep tight on that inside just there. Wildy, this is real people, by the way, racing these, so this isn't the AI stuff I usually do. We've got a close battle here towards about Ural Hakkinen, going on to the outside of Sydney. And you're having to take that line. Might be able to get a little bit of a late apex here and do enough to stop Sydney from taking a quicker line into the corner. You're instead taking a hell of an outside line there. It's going to carry a lot of speed, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get onto the inside of Sydney. Carl Hardy with a slowdown though. Was chasing down Stephen Hurd, but has to serve that slowdown somewhere. The Pie Man having to... Well, he's got quite a lot of space around him, so he can literally just lift here and just try and bleed down that slowdown as much as possible. The only problem is now going to have two very quick cars behind him, ready to have a little tiny sliver of slipstream and maybe get him involved in their battle as they try and get further up the grid. So far, Pluckfun up 3 places, Wilson up 6. Wildy, how are we doing today, my friend? I hope you're good. I hope you are well. We might have an opportunity now. I'm just having a quick look at all the battles across, and Jaden is slowly making his way up this grid. Has RDJ next on the menu, and he has so much more speed here. Oh, there's someone else off in front. That's Alexander as well. And 3 wide. And a double overtake. Triple, that's 3 places Alexander's lost from that simple mistake. From the looks of it, I don't know if he was in a battle with anybody. I do actually have the moment he went off the track though, so we will see what happened here. It may have been his own demise here. But Alexander around, takes a lot of that curb, doesn't even hit the apex just there, and zooms off straight into the sand. Let's have a quick look what happened right at the start, because there was a lot that happened right at the start. Jaden nearly got pushed into orbit. Jaden in the white top with green underneath. Jaden at the last minute having to go across, and ooh, a little bit of a tap pushes him along there, but he manages to keep it going. Top 2 going off the track there, and nearly causing a massive pile-up all the way at the beginning. We also have, if I can find any crashes, Jaden going off the track a little bit later on. This is why Jaden's so far back. And Jaden on the inside. See if we can get the... so side by side. And Jaden just braking a little bit on the grass just there. But we need to get back to the live action, because there is a really close battle going on here. It's 2x2. Lap 5. Where's Noah's Ark when you need it? Maybe in the weekend when it actually starts raining, you can get the TCR drivers to go in 2x2 afterwards. Really wide entry, and look at that, 4 cars, 4 different entries into that corner, and suddenly we need to get into the chopper here, because who knows how this one is going to end. This is fantastic. Guys, put your bets on now. And oh, Blease has taken the inside line. Bjorn is going all the way to the outside. Sorry, that's Pluckton, not Bjorn. Oh, and Sam with a little bit of understeer just there. Bit of a power slide into the path of the car behind. Carl is still fighting Wilson on his own. And we got Jaden out of nowhere. Where did Jaden come from? Jaden has now joined the fight to perhaps get a few more places here. And look at this. Jaden's got the inside on Blease. Carl going for a bit of a dive there on Jamie, but doesn't make it count. Sam and Jaden door-to-door banging. Jaden's going to have the outside line here.
Adam sitting
Same with Pluckton behind even. Let's go back to these two right here. I think there's been another accident further back. And it's side by side. Bleeze is going to have that inside line. Jaden's going for an up and under here. Can't quite get it. Sam closes the door. Jaden's going to just watch for now. But it's Wilson in front of Hardy, in front of Bleeze, in front of Scotland, in front of Pluckton, sorry. Sorry, I know any Germans in the chat right now, and Sam... Oh, and Sam just putting his car in the right place at the right time, although it was extremely close. We've had a change for the lead, by the way. Oh my god, it's a three-way fight for the lead at the moment. We are 11 minutes, we're halfway through this at the moment. This is the fight for the lead at the moment, and it is getting hairy. Michael is literally getting pushed by Ross for the inside. So, Polasek goes back into lead. Ross is literally pushing him along, sliding himself in front of Muesca. And now we go side by side into the following corners. What racing this is. Muesca taking the inside to relegate Ross back to third. Ross keeping as tight as he can, but will have a lot more track on the outside to try and drive through. And Polasek in front at the moment. If he can get that inside line and hope that the other two start fighting more, Polasek can walk away with the win here, but these three are just as quick as each other. At the moment, it is the fight for the second place at the moment, and McFarlane gets in front. Your pole sitter returns back to second place and has 8 minutes to try and get that win back. We've still got a lot more fighting further back as well. Scotland versus Bleeze at the moment, so close to the back of him, he can almost guess what he's had for lunch. Sam with a bit more defensive driving, and that's Sam with a slowdown. Slowdown has come up for Bleeze, but when is he going to serve it? Will he serve it safer on the following straight? Remember, when you take a slowdown, it's generally seen that it's your slowdown to take, but he's not going to serve it on the inside here. He might. Jaden's going to have to take the long way round. Sam still hasn't served it yet, but Jaden has got through. Don't think it's enough for Fluckton to get through yet. Sam still hasn't technically served that slowdown. He has now, and has lost 2 places because of it. Great chance for Jaden to get back up to the field. 5 places down now. Great fight back up. And we need to go back to the leaders at the moment because we are down the long straight. We've got McFarlane right behind Polasek, and McFarlane is opening up that corner a little bit more than Polasek, but these two are two of the best in the whole of iRacing TCR. Muesca has to be involved in that conversation as well, especially when it comes to drivers from South America. At the moment, Polasek versus McFarlane. If McFarlane makes a move here, it allows Muesca a chance to get back through again. There's a couple more passes going on behind. We will be checking out all the incidents after the race. So while I'm not in a hurry to go back for action replays, but pushing him along, Polasek trying to cut off the momentum that McFarlane is getting through these corners by being a little bit slower in the entry, making sure his car's fully rotated round, then using the front wheel drive power, accelerating out for a better exit. Because he's going into the corners a little bit slower, it means Ross has to unexpectedly slow down a little bit. It's a little bit, but it's enough to make sure that as he powers out of the corner, he's not going to have that much power extra that he was going to have before to attempt an overtake. In theory, that's how it should work. Doesn't always work like that. That's why you see Ross going so close to Michael before backing off again by the time you're halfway down the straight. But that was a really wide corner by Michael, and that's going to allow Ross a chance to get through. One tiny mistake there was enough, and this is not the corner to be going too wide into, because your man in third is Earhart is out of the race. And Ross dives on the inside, but he's not going to have a great... not going to have a great exit out of there, and we're about to go 3 wide. Michael now, it is time to get pushed now by Muesca. Muesca now playing Ross's game from earlier in the race. When Muresca slows down a little bit, he's just slowing down enough to force these two to fight through the following corners. Little bit of door banging. This is for the lead at the moment. It is McLaren versus Fanatec with Muresca watching along. And I tell you what, Fanatec is not going to have the space to use all of that outside. Go on, Carlos, do it for the gram. Oh, he backs out just in time. But I tell you what, there's somebody else you need to be watching out for. Just behind them is Muresca's teammate, Viales, looking to get in on the party as well. We're a minute 16, 4 minutes left, about 2 to 3 laps as well. And there's another great overtake opportunity just here. It's McLaren in the lead at the moment. And McLaren is back where he started with the 2. Oh, that's a bit heavy. That might be enough for a slowdown. And Polisek just survives the slowdown there, but I think Ross is about to run away with this. And now Polisek is in a position where he literally has 2 of Argentina's best all over his side and back doors. But move from the inside from Muresca. And Viales is going to look to join Polisek. Oh, Polisek very heavy in there, a little bit of a hit. Little bit of rubbing just there, but that's enough to allow Muresca to get a clean exit to that corner. It's now up to him to try and catch up to McLaren, but I think McLaren has had enough happen behind where he's got a second 0.2 now on everybody else, and that's a great exit from Reales, by the way, who's going to take a step outside of Polisek. Polisek has it. Ooh, this could end up being an incident on the main straight. Polisek has to be really careful here. He's got these two drivers very likely in communication with each other, and a bit of a skid just there. And Michael pushed out the way slightly, but we will have another look at that if I can. Just want to try and watch other stuff onto the race. Where is it? Reales past Michael. Let's have a look, see how that happened. So this would have been just here. See if we can get a chase cam, get the drone on there. So a lot of left and right hitting just here. Go into that corner. We are going to have one lap left after this one, and maybe Michael was a little bit too close there. I mean, Bruno definitely wasn't getting that apex just there either. Yeah, that's one for the stewards afterwards, I feel. But that fight is definitely not done yet, because look who is right back behind Viales to try and get that position back. Hey, Rene, sadly iRacing just... Oh, is iRacing freezing? Oh, no. Push to pass. Or punt to pass. Don't think it was quite a punt. Oh god, that's a very wide line from Bruno, and Michael taking a very, very tight inside line there, but we're going a bit wider earlier on the exit. Right behind is David Johansson in 5th place, who probably had a little bit of a lonely race up to this point, but the more that these three start fighting in front, maybe he can try and give himself a chance of getting into the podium positions. Maurizio, how are we doing? I hope you are good. I hope you are well. This race has been insane. It's been a brilliant race to watch. Absolutely brilliant. But Polisek chasing up the back of Bruno Reales at the moment. We do have a bit of a fight here as well. Wilson and Hardy going too wide into this next corner, and Jaden is just behind, only 4 places back now. And with these two fighting, look at Jaden right behind. Jaden finds a gap on the inside of Carl. Carl backs out of it. I don't think there was contact there, but I could be wrong. Carl looking to take that inside and perhaps maybe even get a chance of a move here. I wonder if Jaden just didn't slow down enough. Carl deciding to keep it nice and tight, and that's enough to make Jaden change his line here, especially when it comes to opening up the following corner. But Jaden's going to have that inside. If he can get onto the throttle soon enough, he will close the gap on Carl. Carl is going to keep in Jaden's mirrors, try and force a mistake. Closest battle on the track out of 3 at the moment. We've got 3 different battles. As well as this one here, we also have Sydney Hards fighting along with RDJ. Carl Hardy has another slowdown behind Jaden, which means the result car behind will be slowing down at some point. Reales has a bit of a Polisek problem. Polisek is all over his behind, ready to leave a mark, but as long as Bruno keeps it nice and clean, and he can somehow keep on the slipstream of his teammate in front, which he does have his slipstream at the moment, 0.8 behind, it should be hopefully enough to keep away from Michael. He'll be hoping that Johansson... Oh, hang on. What's happened there? Polisek's... Oh no, that's the end of the race. Okay, Polisek got 4th place. There was so many good battles going on there. As we look at this drag race to the finish... And yeah, the battles were that good. Battles were that good. Look at all the cluster of TCR fighting out there. Here watching teammates from workplace. Hope you're good too, Jay. I am very good, thank you. I hate that I'm not racing, but you know, I don't mind doing the commentary instead, because I think... Are you not on the Twitch and the YouTube? Are you all enjoying this at the moment? If you enjoy me doing this commentary, then every Tuesday I'll just do commentary. I don't mind. I'll just do commentary instead. I'll do all my officials like on like the Saturdays or something instead. But what a finish there. Congratulations to Ross getting the win there. Carlos Muesca Sr. in 2nd, with Bruno Reales managing to keep that 3rd place from Michael Polisek in 4th, and David Johansson in 5th. Let's have a quick look at the rest of the results. We're just waiting for the last person to finish, and we've got it just there. Can I show points? Does it show the points of the officials? No, it doesn't. It's a shame. So the final results of that, Ross McFarlane gets the win, with Carlos Muesca in 2nd place, Bruno Reales 3rd, completing that podium, with Michael Polisek in 4th and David Johansson in 5th. Stephen Hurd in 6th place, with Jamie Wilson just finishing ahead of Jaden Scotton in 7th and 8th respectively. Daniel Fluckton in 9th, and Carl Hardy dropping that extra place back to finish 10th. Just outside the top 10 is Alexander Veronovich. Is that Alexander? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Let me know if I'm not, and I will continue to pronounce it wrong at least another 5 times. Sam Blees gets 12th place, with Ural Akanen in 13th. Ronald de Jong, teammate in BSTV, in 14th place, with Sydney Hards just behind, and then Bjorn Adebar in 16th place, with Rene Earhart 17th after a disconnect. But what a race that was. That was intense. Pronunciation good? Fantastic, thank you. Good things end real fast. Don't we know it? Same, I'm a stan. Wow. I don't care what you do, I'll always be there. Thank you. Tony, how are we doing? What did I witness? You witnessed a strength of field, which is basically the top time slot for a time zone in the week. We've just done 2 of those races, but I think we're ready to have a quick look at some of those replays. So we have... where's it gone? So we need to watch the start, because there was a lot that went on there. Let's quickly change the camera so we have the TV one instead. Let's go to the leaders. The leaders seem to overrun the first corner from what I saw. So this is the start. You got Michael Polisek in the black and green. You got poleman Ross McFarlane in the really nicely gradiented silver and purple P1 Docks car. Polisek had the inside up to this point. Behind you had the Argentinian duo. A little bit of a tap just there from Jaden and David, and both overrunning that inside. A nice little bit of a hop, skip and a jump from Michael, who would have had a slowdown at this point. Let's have a quick look and see what happened to Jaden Scotton, because he seemed to got a little tap behind from Johansson. Jaden Scotton in the JayCaulls Academy car with the red and black on top of the windscreen. There it is. And I think Jaden actually kind of went across to the right hand side because he saw how many cars were on the inside and may have inadvertently got in front of the SRG car. We can actually watch from Johansson's view what he saw, hopefully somewhere. Might have to watch from here though. Yes, so this is Jayden just in front. This is from David Johansson's car. And there's Jayden going over to the right hand side. David decides to keep onto the left. Everybody else and their cat and their dog and their gran were going to the inside. And, oh, just wasn't expecting everyone to brake that quick. Took a chunk out of Jayden's car, but everybody survived. We carried on. Bazinga. There was also a little bit going on behind as well. Let's have a look. How far back can we go? Let's have a look at Jamie Wilson. This is afterwards. So a lot of smoke going on ahead. Sam all the way to the outside, and that's how Sam lost so many places there. Might be able to see better on this one. This is going into corner. Sam Blease is just in front in the geodesic number 5 car, and looks like Sam probably turns a bit too soon, but Alexander couldn't really go anywhere else, to be honest. He chose the inside, and it looked like, in my opinion, by the way guys, I'm not a steward, so I will make wrong calls sometimes. It looked like Sam probably didn't realise Alexander was so close to him and ended up bouncing off him. Right then, and then we had Jayden going off the track. Jayden doing well up to this point, battling with Fanatec, but in the end had to allow one of the Argentinian cars to the inside. They both got a bit too close. Jayden tried braking on the grass, which is a big no-no, but kept it out the wall. So unfortunately, he lost all of those places as you saw those cars going by. And by the way, Jayden ended up from that point going from 16th, 17th place, climbing all the way back up to 8th, which was a brilliant fight back, by the way. Bjorn went off the track a little bit later. Let's see what happened with Bjorn. Bjorn at the top of your middle of your screen there in the purple pink kinetic car, and the Hydro Racing forces just pushing him a little bit too much there. So much more speed, pushing a car whilst it's turning as well at the same time, and that just was enough to throw Bjorn into the wall, give him a meatball, get the car crabbing. That car is definitely crabbing right now, and that put Bjorn all the way back, and unfortunately the only place he managed to get was from Venier's disconnect, so Bjorn ended up down 2 places, finishing 16th on that one. By the way, those who have just jumped in, if you've seen the Backfire Simsport TV stuff going around the middle of the screen with the Stinger, massive thank you to them for them allowing me to use their assets for this. Watching a car crabbing is absolutely hilarious, by the way. Eventually he did end up going into the pits, but watching a car drive like that is just, I'm sorry Bjorn if you're watching, but that's great. It's funny. Jesus Christ. Fair play for getting a car doing that into the pits eventually. Tree on fire. Can't wait to get my hands on the new Audi. Really exciting to try out all the new changes. Going to focus on TCR again next season. Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. But yes, end of the season. There, week 13, there is the Pit Stop Cup for BSTV with the multi-class race between V8 supercars and TCR. Then on the Saturday of week 13 is the TCR Showdown, where we could have up to 40-50 cars. I think I'll be limiting the event to 50 cars, but we'll see what happens. Right, what else happened here? We had Ross go off track. Ross was fighting at one point Ross on the inside, taking that inside line and hard racing, but had to take the off track there a bit. The car from Argentina not willing to give him any space on there. Tough fighting. Got Johansson on the outside here. Car number 4, yep, is Johansson. So I had to look at my spotter's notes at the time. Professional here. And Ross managed to get away with that one. Whilst that was going on, Bruno Reales ended up off the track as well. This is the second to last corner. Right over the top. It's funny watching them ride across the curb there. I think he goes off the track here. He does, which gives those behind a great chance to get by. I think that might be Ross getting by. It was. Lost so much speed on the kitty litter there that he kind of had no choice but to let him go there. And then apparently behind that, something incredible happened. So I'm just going to quickly click on this one in case this was the start of it. So look at all those cars behind and watch how many cars end up going off the circuit on this next corner. Are we all counting? 1, 2, 3, 4. All behind. Let's have another look at that. So it is second to last corner, next corner afterwards. How many of you want to go off the track? Yes. And that allowed Jaden behind, you see that car at the top of your screens? Just get so much speed that he could start his fight back to get past Sydney first. Look at that, on the inside, Sydney broke a little bit earlier. And Jaden in the JC Academy car managed to get through. After that, Alexander Verimivic. Same place again. Everyone seems to be overdoing it on this final corner several times this race. This is the one I think we caught during the race session where he got overtook. Yeah, he got overtook by a couple of cars on this one. Everybody else keeping it a bit cleaner apart from the Hydro Race car right at the back. A lot more fighting and 3 wide at the finish line there. Right, then Carl going off the track. Is this the exact same spot? No, this was during the battle with car number 17, which would have been Daniel Pluckton, and Jamie Wilson behind. Carl just going onto the throttle a bit too soon. This would be enough for Jamie Wilson on the inside in the Gen 1 outfit. The Gen 1 Audi now I'm calling it. The Gen 1 Audi. Carl managed to survive that one though. Then there was just so much battling going on at the front of the circuit. Like, it was insane. In fact, let's go for this one instead, because this would have been the better one. So somebody went wide here. Or was it a dive? Oh, it was a dive from Michael to the inside, but how he got onto those brakes and kept it going in. Hey Daniel, what a race. It was great watching. Fantastic watching. And this is where the excitement came in for these three. So let's switch it across to the chase cam here. Far chase if we can. Pigeon, thank you for the prime.
Just subscribed with Prime.
Car number 3, not taking the dominant line through there. Allowing Horacek and McFarlane to get across. And McFarlane just pushed him across. Let's get ready to... Oh my god. Holy bum fight, right? It was great watching all 3 of you there. That was just, the whole thing was such great viewing. RDJ going off the track, though I have a feeling I know whereabouts this might be. Yep, last corner again. This time with Alexander and a teammate behind. You're behind. Yeah, it just takes so much of that kitty litter, and it just allows, especially when you got an Audi behind you on the straight line. We might not be saying, see, next season we might not even be saying that the Audi's the best on the straights. Like, we don't, In fact, the only person in here who will even have an inkling on how that Audi drives is Ross. I take it next season, Ross, you're going to be an Audi main? Or you're going to be sticking with the Civic? There we go. Blee's going off the track as well at one point. Let's see if we can watch what happened with that one. Didn't feel fast because Beno is so wide. And this is what Sam sees going into that final corner that everybody else has been struggling through. Just too soon on the throttle. Flushes out wide. And then when you look at the gearbox, you've got all these lots slowly gaining on you. Ready to make a pass into the first corner. I don't know, probably Audi. Alexander didn't make a move there. Meanwhile, the two Hydro Race cars behind, they don't care though. They'll race whoever they want. They honestly do not care. Then we had one more set of fights going on here. Surprise, surprise! It's this corner again. And this is exactly what Ross wanted to see in their mirrors. Fighting between his eye. It wasn't just Carlos that went off the track there either. Michael did as well. And then Bruno is a little bit of door banging just there. There was so much going on in that race, Jaden. Not just your fight back. Both side by side. A little bit of a skid just there. And that near enough solidified the Argentinian second and third. IMPC will be fun. It might be raining on IMPC, just as a heads up. So get your wellies out. Oh, that dive from the heavens from behind as well. Yura went off the track. Which I think this happened on the final lap. Don't think it resulted in a position loss, but it probably made it a little bit closer. I know, because the finish line's quite high up. There's the finish line just there. Right. Hell yeah. Wrong button. I'll press the wrong button one day. The right button even. But yeah, that was good fun. That was a lot of fun. I hope you lot enjoyed watching Top Split TCR as much as I did. This was for the European Top Split. I kind of want to help out North and South America, though I feel you lot in here from North and South America would be much better equipped for the job. Need to get a strength of field race in sometime different in the week. Can't have all the races on a Tuesday. Maybe someone has a race on a Thursday, someone has a race on a Saturday. You know, spread it out during the week so we have big TCR events to look forward to during the week that are not just the leagues, because the leagues do a fantastic job. And yeah, same with Asia and Oceania as well, because they deserve the racing the most. It's probably the quietest time for TCR, although that will change next season. They'll start getting more participation in, but it'd be nice for everybody over there to have their own strength of field race as well. So we'll sort something out in the TCR cord, which, by the way, the TCR cord for anyone who has iRacing and a TCR is just there. I will copy that across onto the YouTube channel as well. Speaking of YouTube channel, if everyone on the Twitch hasn't already, get yourself over to the YouTube, put a thumbs up on the current live stream going on there. We will be probably doing the TCR Showdown like this as well. I'm not going to be racing in the TCR Showdown, but I will be doing commentary like this. I want to get it so that the practice session beforehand, we maybe get one or two of you in the commentary booth to do a quick sort of like interview, see how you're doing, what teams you drive for, just get to know the drivers a little bit better, and maybe some post-race interviews as well. That's my plan anyway. Whether or not that happens remains to be seen. Tomorrow night is Backfire Simsport TV's finale. If you're on YouTube, it's in the video description below, as well as Friday night SRL. Make sure you follow that link for the BSTV, go throw a follow over to that YouTube. And then same with SRL as well. Get yourself in there. There's a Discord as well for SRL, so be sure to jump into that too. But this time next week, we'll probably be driving the Audi at some point. I will have some days during week 1 and week 2 off. There'll be 12 new track guides next season, basic track guides. If anybody here wants to do a track guide and you want yours to be a quick track guide, be my guest. If I do the basic, you can do the quick ones. I have no problems with that. As well as the TCR preview, which will be doing a preview of ATC, SRL, Next Gen, and BSTV as well. And I think that might be that, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything else unless I get an email back from somebody, but I'm going to stop there and we won't go into any more detail on that one. This week on the Twitch channel, the release of, and this is going to be really random to you lot watching on YouTube, but the release of WWE 2K26, I am flying to New Zealand and we'll be streaming that day 1 with the creation of our universe mode where you lot get created in the game and you lot wrestle each other. No purchase necessary. Speaking of, a massive thank you to everybody who jumped into Season 1 of Breakout Racing. Season 2 is currently under construction and we'll hopefully be seeing that some point in April. Reminder to everybody in the Twitch chat as well, get yourself redeeming your Twitch cash into Breakout points. Also this weekend, we have, next weekend afterwards, it is the TCR Showdown. Scan that QR code, share this poster out, go into the league section of the Discord. If you are a streamer or you do YouTube stuff, I encourage you all to record your races and get them all uploaded. Every week 13, this sort of stuff will be happening at a base content track. This time with a new car on it as well. Right, until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We are done for the night. I need to see the results, points. Sonic, if you, get your points up, turn your Twitch coins into points as well, and we'll help get you sorted out on there. Right, yes, we will finish there. Those on YouTube, goodbye. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Let me just get that stream finished now. On the Twitch side, we're going to be throwing over... Oh, by the way, YouTube. Let's get double figures in thumbs ups on there. That'd be fantastic. And let me just very quickly end that stream. It's not going to let me. So let's just do it from here. Right, who's streaming on Twitch right now that we can throw a raid over to? Let's go to... And yes, copy and paste that code to chuck into the chat. Same with the regular one as well. A lot of people on tonight. Why do you all stream during the week? Don't see me streaming during the week. Tell you what, let's go to somebody else streaming. Oh no, is he starting soon or is he... He's 3 hours in. I don't know if they're doing the next race. Let's have a quick look. No, I think they finished the stream. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, never mind. Let's go to... A lot of people on tonight. Ah, okay. Let's go to Kev. He's currently doing some iRacing at the moment. Just an average sim racer. Good friend of the channel. If you enjoy the racing stuff I do here, you will enjoy what Kev does on his channel. It's not loading up. Is he on? He is. Fantastic. Doesn't seem to be on touring car, but he does drive touring car. So that's where we're going to go. Thank you all again. Let me know what you think of these sorts of streams. I'll do them again. I've got no problems with them if you lot enjoy them. It's a bit easier on me as well. But until then, I will see you all tomorrow on the Backfire Simsport TV YouTube channel. See you there. Take care of yourselves, but most importantly, take care of each other, and hopefully I'll get to see you on Saturday, if not tomorrow. Have a good one. Unless you follow my regular stuff on Twitch, in which case I'll see you all week. Take care.